Hey fam, welcome to class. Welcome to Daily Stretch. Me and my friend here, he always seems to be chilling way more than me. Me and my friend are going to show you three interesting ways to open up the shoulder in a puppy dog pose. So, like three interesting variations to open things up. And we'll also open the front body at the same time. So, we're going to do the stretches three times around with some tiny variations. If you've done my stretching classes before, you know how I kind of get into it. The first time is going to be super chill, super easy. Second time, we add a little variation. And third time around, we go into deep expression and notice how that feels. So the first time you get into it, take your time. Don't rush. Go easy. See how the body feels. And then we work into it. Puppy dog is a really familiar pose if you do yoga. However, it's really good for the lats, for the shoulders. It's a lovely way to open up. So let's get to it in the most comfortable way. So take your fingertips down to begin with. Scoot your bum back and try and get your chin or your chest to the ground. Maybe your bum scoots further back. And here the idea is this is not passive, all right? The fingertips are pressing into the ground. The palms are pressing into the ground. Hey, bro. You're pressing your hands into the ground, and I'm pulling my tailbone back. So it's a very tiny motion, if you can notice. And my hands are pressing in. I've got this little scooching sensation going on. As I move my elbows and underarms back, scooching a little left, a little right, moving a little left, a little right. Explore the space, explore the territory. Don't sink into it. This is not very yinny. This is a little bit of an active stretch, so I'm going a little forward, a little back, dropping my left armpit to the ground, dropping my right armpit to the ground, pressing my fingers into the ground, maybe even pressing my toes into the ground. How does that feel? Maybe you feel something interesting. A nice pull in the spine. Can be quite intense as well. Almost done. Just a few breaths. A little different way to get into a puppy dog, eh? So enjoy it. Breathe into it. And then when that's done, somehow come forward. Place your chest down. Place your hands down and push up into an upward facing dog. That's a really satisfying thing to say when there's a cute dog right next to me. So this upward facing dog motion is a little different because I'm pushing my hips into the ground. The elbows can be a bit bent. So if you notice, my hips are pressing down and my glutes are pressing into the ground. If this is too intense, you can always take your hands a bit forward, press your hips into the ground. Gentlemen, make some space. Oh, okay. And try to get your navel close to the ground. Squeeze your glutes and press your feet into the ground. So you have this action, this front body stretch that's going on. And then let that go. We'll come back into the puppy dog with a slight change. So the thumb is going to face to the ceiling, and the knife edge of my hands get into the ground. So I'm using my hands kind of like a scooching point. It's moving. It's not letting me slide or move. As I take the knees back and I pull my hands down. So notice what that feels like as you do it. I'm pulling my hands back, but the traction of the mat is not allowing me to scooch back. However, my elbows are going down and my underarms are trying to go to the mat. So move a little left, a little right, maybe make circles. I don't know how you would make circles, but the intention is there. And I'm pulling into one hand and then releasing and then pulling into the other hand, releasing while the thumbs are active. The fingers are pressing, my pinky fingers are pressing down. The knife edge of the hand is pressing down as I'm pulling and releasing. Pulling and releasing. Feel that action, feel that feel that feeling. That's a weird thing to say. However, I'm in a weird position. Come back to your breath. Slow the breath down. Keep your hands active. Find a place of effort and ease. And then let that go. Oh, come onto your chest. Place your hands somewhere, maybe to the corners of the mat, maybe outside the mat. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hip to the ground. Maybe your stomach starts to get a bit closer to the ground. Press your feet into the ground and just open up. Find a little more space. If you want, you can even take a proper upward facing dog. However, try and squeeze the hips to the ground, squeezing the glutes as well. Whatever feels good. A seal or a dog. Isn't that right? And we hang out for a moment. And then you let go. Okay, so we've done the stretch 2 times. This is a bit more active than the usual stretches I do because I don't want to fall into this because the shoulder is opening up at quite an intense angle. When the shoulder is in that space, I feel like I need to have more control rather than being passive. So that's the reason why we're not in these stretches for too long. However, notice the difference, all right? Now we're going to take the fingers, the thumbs, and open them out. This is like these 3 stretches are unbelievably good if you have a tough time with wheel pose and if your shoulders are tight. This is a class you would want to come back to almost every day till you get your wheel. It's something that I stretch as well when I'm trying to get into a deep back bend or a hollow back or some kind of like a wheel shape, to open up. It helps my shoulders roll open. So 3rd time as we come around, take the backs of your hands down, backs of the palms. You want your fingers going out. So I'm rolling the fingers. Okay, this is a weird thing, but I always imagine that I have a bowl of hummus in my hand and I don't want to drop it because I love hummus. It's just one of those things, man. One of those things. Place the back of your hands down. Feel that scooching first, that traction. Then take the knees back and take the chest to the ground. Or take the chin to the ground, scooching your armpits back. Notice that action. Move a little front, a little back. Find that spaciousness in your being. Opening the thumbs out a bit more. Opening, opening, opening. Finding more space. Trying to get your armpits closer to the ground. As you pull back a bit more, maybe move a little left, a little right. Keep everything active. Turn your fingers a bit more. Turn your thumbs a bit more. Pull your tailbone further back. Add a bit of space. Breathe into it. You got this. Roll a little more, pull back, move a little left, a little right. Almost done. A few more breaths. Turn your shoulders a bit more. And then let it go. Oh, wow. Come out of it nice and easy. Place the hands down in any capacity. And push up into your upward facing dog or your seal pose. Just opening the front line. Maybe take the head back. Push the hips down. Notice that gives you a bit more space to breathe. Squeeze your glutes as you do this. Squeeze your legs. Sorry, my mistake with the language. Press the tops of your feet into the ground, squeezing your glutes. And let that go. Okay. Wow. I felt that one. That was quite intense. However, notice the space you made in your practice. Maybe you want to try a wheel. Maybe you want to try something that gives you a bit more space. Maybe catch your feet, push the knees forward, press the hips up to the sky. Take your hands down and push up into a wheel. Maybe this might be the most interesting wheel that you've taken in a while. A little rock back in front. I definitely have more space. I hope you do too. And let it go. Relax. So, come back to it, or maybe take another wheel, or maybe take something else that's calling out to you. As you may have noticed, today's stretch was a bit more active. It was not as passive as we usually do. And notice the difference coming into it the first time, second time, third time. Puppy dog is a relatively sometimes easy, sometimes really difficult pose to get into if you have tight shoulders. Notice how it felt third time around because the third time was the most interesting stretch. It opened the shoulders out. And how did it feel getting into it second time and third time around? And notice the wheel at the end. If you did try the wheel, how was the wheel? I know we didn't really, work into the hands a lot, so you're not really warmed up. However, notice the articulation in the shoulders. Do you get more space to push? Are you able to open your body a bit more? And let me know how that goes. Let me know how it resonated with you. I would love to have a chat and notice if all these stretches are working for you. So drop me a message, a comment, and let me know how it goes. And keep up the practice. We grow together and we find new space together. So thank you so much for practicing with us. It was our honor to help you find more space in the shoulders today. You come back to this class as many times as you need, and see you soon on the next one. Thank you for practicing. My name is Varun. Have a wonderful day. Peace.